Ah, pushy galore, I must be dreaming. Not my words, you understand. The words of Sean Connery used everywhere on this game. What's this game? Well, of course, it's James Bond by Stern. This is the premium edition, and this is my new game. Well, I tell a lie, it's not my new game. I've had it about a month. I did do a video a week into getting this game, which was actually, the data got corrupted and you didn't get to see it. And to be fair, you've probably got a slightly different video now because I've learned a lot more in the month that I've had this game. What can I say? Well, first of all, James Bond is, maybe it's not a dream theme for me, but it's an important theme. It's a theme that appeals. The game behind it, Jaws, is a dream theme, certainly. There will be a video coming on Jaws, by the way. It's just every time I'm about to do the video, I get another mod for it. So there's some wonderful, wonderful modifications on there from some brilliant people, some brilliant companies, and they all deserve a really, really good video for that. So I've got to make sure it's right before I do that. You can't see on the other side the red T moulding still on it. I've got, honestly, it's just, there it is. The T moulding, the white T moulding. It's all looking pretty cool. Anyway, Jaws is a dream theme. This is not a dream theme, but it's a very nostalgic theme. And it's a theme that I'm very much interested in. I couldn't tell you everything about James Bond. I don't have an encyclopedic knowledge, but it is very nostalgic. It's certainly in the UK, back in, well, you know, when I was a kid in the 80s, and to be fair, I was a kid in the 70s as well. On Sundays used to be the film day, and there would often be a James Bond film on. And what kid doesn't like gadgets and cars that, well, I was going to say flying cars, not a flying car to be fair, cars that turn into submarines and all these wonderful things that are all part of James Bond's, I guess, all the lore surrounding him from the Ian Fleming books, the stunts at the start of the film. It's just a wonderful, wonderful, iconic character, and certainly one that definitely reminds me of my childhood, and none more so than the theme tune. I mean, music can be very nostalgic. Music's a time machine, really, isn't it? It can take you back to a certain point in time. So I think the point I'm trying to make is, you know, firing up this machine and playing this machine, it definitely takes me back. There's a lot of appeal on offer there from this title. I'm very late to the party, I think, as far as Bond is concerned. The first time I played it was at Level in Preston, which was on location, but it was fine. We were very lucky. The games in Level have been supplied by Pinball Heaven, that they channel sponsor, and because of that, we were able to get a sort of little quiet corner there. So it wasn't like playing it on location, but the code was very stripped out. I remember playing it thinking that there's no movie footage on here. That's very different now. Now there's an abundance of movie footage. All the famous quotes from, well, the Sean Connery films are on here. And it's important to note that this is very much Sean Connery's Bond, which I believe is different to the 60th edition, which was designed by Keith Elwin, which is almost a retro style game. That might be all the Bonds. I might have that wrong. But this is very much Sean Connery. But there weren't any, so all the quotes, pushy galore, and all the rest of it, all that type of stuff, is all in there. It's all in there, it's on the screen. Yeah, I'm not going to do a joke. It's all on the screen, put it that way. You don't feel that anything's missing now, so that side of the code has really been developed. The next time I played it was at my friend John's house. It was quite soon afterwards, and again, the code hadn't been developed. And it was actually next to a Hobbit. And as if you're regular watchers of the channel, you know I absolutely love all the Tolkien stuff, and certainly do have more of an encyclopedic knowledge of that stuff than the James Bond. But also you had this Jersey Jack with the big screen, and every clip you could hope to see from the Hobbit movies were all packed on there. With the voiceover of Benedict Cumberbatch doing the dragon. Wonderful, absolutely wonderful. Next to it was Bond. And it was a pro version as well, so it didn't have the ball lock on it. So I felt it was relatively stripped out with toys. And again, virtually nothing on the screen. You could very much, it was almost like it was a holding screen in many respects. There was a polka dot graphics on there, but not a lot else. So there was no competition. Hobbit was the finished game, and Bond looked like it needed a lot of work. And I say that as somebody that approached Bond with very, very open opinions on it, because, as I mentioned, I like the theme, but it's George Gomez's game, and George Gomez is my favourite pinball designer. There's not too many games that, in my opinion, are better than Lord of the Rings, Deadpool and Monster Bash. And that's to name just a few. Actually, Batman 66 as well. I mean, some pretty damn good games. And there's a lot of similarities between this and Batman 66. So I was very open to enjoying this game, but I was completely underwhelmed. Fast forward, I don't know, 2-3 years maybe, you've got a very different game now. You've got every asset from the license, and I understand we've been lucky enough to have George Gomez on this channel. I understand the licensing maybe wasn't easy with the broccolis, not the vegetable. They were the people that held the artistic rights for James Bond until recently, actually. I think Amazon have now, yes, Amazon have got the license for James Bond, which I'm not in two minds about. I think one of the wonderful things about James Bond was a film every few years. And that was great, and that kept it special, and I like that. I like that about it. I'm not a great fan of when these legacy characters or legacy franchises, if you want to call them that, get taken over and we get almost too much content. I'm not sure I want to see the Moneypenny spin-off and so on and so forth. Because I've loved James Bond, throughout the years. Sean Connery, certainly. Really, Roger Moore was my James Bond. He was so cool. I really liked Roger Moore. I didn't mind Timothy Dalton. I actually thought Pierce Brosnan was pretty good. I can't even remember the George Lazenby film, if I'm honest. I'm not that much of a fan of Daniel Craig, or Craig David, as we like to call him. And I think one of the reasons for that is the gadgets. I felt the gadgets were lessened. It was a quieter, an unassuming Bond. I like explosions. I like gadgets. I like all the stuff that's probably more historically synonymous with all the Bonds. And it's my favourite part of a Bond film is when he goes and sees Q, and he gets all these gadgets, and all of that stuff I feel is covered in this game. And in many respects, they've chosen the perfect Bond in Sean Connery to feature on this. What we're going to do in this video is, after I've had a talk about my impressions of the game and what I think about the game, we're going to take that camera off its tripod. I'll show you around the playfield, show you the game, because this is a heavily modded game, a heavily modded premium. Too modded, by the way. Some stuff's got to come out, but the truth of the matter is I've not got round to do it for two reasons. I'm still modding Jaws, and I keep playing it. I keep playing it all the time. So I've not had time to take out the mods that don't fit, basically. I don't mean don't. When I say don't fit, what I mean is they're Roger Moore type mods in a Sean Connery, and the eras are not correct for those modifications to be in there. But it's a premium version, and it's a very, very impressive pinball machine. There's no doubt about that at all. Jaws is not set up for reasons I've already explained, but Attack from Mars is. It's just over there. Lord of the Rings is set up. Lebowski's set up, Pulp Fiction, and Dolly Parton. Aside from one game, I've played nothing but this for the past month. It's incredibly addictive. Incredibly addictive. But the truth of the matter is, it may well be a little bit too tough for me. A little bit too tough. And I've done all of the things I'm supposed to do. I think the point for me is I've not progressed. I'm about as good now as I was in the first week that I've got it. I've not really learnt the shots. I've not dialed the shots in. I don't know if anybody else is like this. I'm not a great dialer in of shots. I don't seem to get much better at it. I tend to, when I play a pinball machine, the shots in terms of how I hit the flipper, how I hit the ball off the flipper, the shots are either where they're supposed to be or they're not. Jaws is a great example. It's just a tremendous game, and I'm really looking forward to doing that video on Jaws. I can just hit, like the right hand, the orbit that goes into Quint's shack, I can hit it. It's not an orbit really, it goes up a ramp and comes back down. I can hit it all the time. The middle ramp, I can hit it all the time. I virtually never miss it. All the shots feel like they're in natural positions for me to hit. This isn't. And because of that, I'm really struggling because the code is so deep. Now, it's not for me to criticise the code. The code is incredible. And I'll give you an example, because I made the comparison myself to Batman 66, which obviously is a Lyman Sheets code, but a George Gomez game. This you could make comparisons to the code. The code is very good. And as I mentioned earlier, the coding on here has turned an average game into an excellent game. And I can understand if I was a better player than I am, I would... This game would be an absolute keeper, which I'm not sure it is for me now. I roughly understand what's going on. Not all of it, but enough. I understand the villain modes, I understand the henchman modes, I understand what shots I'm meant to be shooting. And I've got a grasp of the multipliers with the Bond girls. Unfortunately, there's a real big problem with that, which is the shot that you need to hit, I struggle with. There are really 3 shots I struggle with on this game. And one that I can really only hit with any consistency off of one flipper as well. And I just can't really seem to hit the Bond girls loop off the upper flipper very well at all, with any consistency. I hear other people talking about this game saying, oh, it's great because you get to gamble on whether to sort of cash out or hit another shot and increase your multiplier. And I understand how that's exciting for some people. It's not exciting for me because I'm not good enough to do it. It's very different to Batman 66, where you might get to the end of a mode and then you have a button. And basically, do you want to cash out or do you want to continue that mode? Do you want to continue Catwoman or Joker for twice the value? So it's almost different. This is not asking you to do that. This is saying if you hit this shot, you might be able to qualify for a bigger Playfield multiplier. I'm not good enough to do it. The other thing that troubles me on this is one of the shots, which I'll show you. It's the shot between the 2 ramps on the right-hand side. I don't hit it with any consistency at all. It's a real struggle to hit it. I find it is exactly in the wrong position. I think if that shot was in the position where the target is next to it, I'll be able to hit it okay. It's a bit funny with that angle, Well, the trouble is with that one as well is the switch doesn't always activate. And I've tested the switch. I've tested the switch over and over again. I think sometimes it just jumps over it. And it's a hard enough shot to hit anyway. And I think sometimes when you hit it and it doesn't, maybe you'll get to see it in the gameplay that I'll show you later. That's quite frustrating. So I find the shots on this game I find quite hard anyway. And that's difficult. The scoop's actually okay. And I'm not a great player. I'm nowhere near a great player. I'm a very, very bad. I'm maybe better than someone that walks up to play a pinball machine. I've got a couple of flipper skills, but I'm not a good player. And I've had to give games up before because I couldn't hit the shot. I mean, Godzilla's a great example. Godzilla is a massive problem for me because I can't hit the scoop. It's right on the end of the flipper. It's not in a dissimilar position to the scoop on this game, but this scoop's a little bit more generous. I prefer the design on this because even if you overhit it, it'll bounce back and fall in the scoop. Actually, probably the scoop on Godzilla is in not a dissimilar position a dissimilar size to the scoop on Deadpool, but I don't know why the scoop on Deadpool just feels in the right place, and I can hit it almost any time I want. Probably 9 times out of 10 I aim for that shot, I get it. Scoop on Godzilla, probably 1 time out of 10 I get it. If you can't hit that scoop on Godzilla, you can't activate the modes, and that's a problem for me. So Godzilla, as good as it is, it had to go. I'm struggling with shots on this, so I think ultimately it will probably have to go. And I think that the trouble is with this, well, even saying that, I keep coming back to it. I keep trying to play it again, but I've not beaten 1 billion points on here. And my averages tend to be about 300 million. A good game would be 800 million, something like that. That'd be a very good, probably be my best game. But I think the other thing that is really interesting on here is, and one of the reasons that I don't want to say I've struggled to gel with it, because I have gelled with it. That's why I keep playing it. I've not grown frustrated with it. I just know I'm never going to get to wherever I need to get to. There's never going to be wizard modes on this game for me and stuff like that. And if you want to compare it to another George Gomez game, which is Deadpool, which is absolutely one of my absolute favourites, even if I don't play well on Deadpool, there's enough encouragement in the rules, there's enough encouragement with the inserts and the lights on the playfield to let me know I've been doing well. So maybe I might defeat Sabretooth and Juggernaut, and maybe I've got halfway through the quest on T-Rex, let's say. Even the game ends, there's enough encouragement there. I think, okay, well, you know what, maybe next time I can get Sabretooth, Juggernaut and Mystique, and then it just feels reachable. So Attack from Mars is exactly the same. You might knock down a couple of flying saucers, you might do one in France, you might do one in the USA, and even if your game ends, you think, well, okay, I can get 3 more of those. I can do that. It gives you confidence. I think this humbles you. Well, me, I'm talking about me. I think when you finish playing a game like this, even if you have your best game, so even if I've got 800 million, I'm a million miles away. And even then, you're going to have to get all the extra balls, and this game has very much been coded up to give you lots of extra balls. So it's tough. It's tough. However, you do feel like you are in the Bond universe, to use completely the wrong word. But it's MI5, right? Yeah, I should know. It's MI6. It's at the top. What's a 1 between friends, eh? You do feel like that. You do feel part of it. I love the Q branch modes on it. They're fantastic. We'll go into it in more detail when I pass the camera around. But the ejector seat in a DB5, I love it. It's a completely underrated mech. I love George Gomez ramps. The ramps don't seem to be the problem on this. It's hitting it between the ramps and hitting the other shots. And the game just works. It's been done really well. And I've got to say, look, ideally, everybody gets a finished code when you take a game out of the box. In the ideal world, not only do we know that that's not the case, people still continue to buy games, even though that's not. If people stop buying games, then companies would finish their code first. But you're never certain how much a company is going to develop the code after you've finished playing the game, or after you've got the game. And you have to say congratulations to the whole team on this, who have just carried on, and carried on, and just produced. It is, in coding terms, it's a masterpiece. I probably think it's a masterpiece if you're better at playing pinball than I am. But I would imagine for the casual person walking up and playing this game, it would kick your ass, because you possibly wouldn't get to that first round of extra balls before you drained out with 3 balls. And I say that as someone that's put this on 4 ball. I've got modes on all the easiest modes, and it's still a struggle. And I think the thing is, you know what, I could probably put it up to 5 ball or 6 ball if I really, really wanted to. But then I think I'd just be having really long games and still not massively progressing in the game. And I do think because of my inability to hit that shot off the upper flipper, I'm missing out one of the best benefits of the game, which is that gamble. I don't get that. I don't get that part. I'm not good enough to unlock and access that part of the game. One of the other things it has got me doing is using Insider Connected. And I was very anti Insider Connected. So I work in social media. I'm on computers, doing computers, cameras, all of that all the time. And I've always seen pinball as analog. So when I finish doing work, the last thing I want to do is go online. So I was very anti Insider Connected. I've got to say, Jaws has got me into it, and I've carried on playing it on here. I think once you're in, you're in. I don't I don't link up with my mates. I'm not sure if you can do that. I'm not sure if you can link up with your mates on Insider Connected. But I like it telling me when I've got an achievement that says got me. It's hooked. It's hooked, no pun intended. It's hooked me. Particularly on Jaws is very good. Particularly when you're doing the shark, the updates you on your progress with the sharks and what shark mode you've done and stuff like that. It's really cool. Actually, I would use that as another example. I am obviously, I am, the same standard of player on either game. But I have already twice got to Jaws, got to hunt Jaws. I've whatever, killed the tiger shark, killed the mako shark, whatever it was. And I've got Jaws. I've got to that mode where I'm hunting the great white. Come on, it's amazing. I'm a million miles away from that on this game. But Insider Connected, yeah, I like it now. I do like it. I would imagine on Dungeons and Dragons, speaking of which, we've got Dungeons and Dragons coming next week, I think, courtesy of channel sponsor Pinball Heaven. I cannot thank them enough. Without Pinball Heaven, would not be able to do... I'd still be doing the channel, don't get me wrong, but I would not be able to show you the games and have the games that I'm able to show you because they give me access to games. They send me games down to review and test. And funnily enough, if you want a Bond and you're a better player than me, then I do believe that there's some Bonds in stock at the moment because Pinball Heaven keep a good stock of games as well. Go and check out the website. The link's in the description below. And by the way, they're doing finance now. They're doing finance on pinball machines. That's quite a new thing. So go and have a look. All these games and Dungeons and Dragons will be on there. But I think because of the nature of the role-playing game of Dungeons and Dragons, I'd imagine the Insider Connected is going to be pretty damn cool on that. So we look forward to seeing that. Overall, if it sounds like I've been a bit negative, I must stress, it is purely down to my inability to play pinball at the standard. I wish I could. And I'm not getting any better. My eyes are only getting worse. In fact, I've actually got my glasses here. I haven't put them on because you can just see the video light right there and you just get a big glare right off of them. So yeah, I can't see too well, which I don't think helps. But as I say, some games they've just got that the shots are in a natural position. That's certainly one of them there, and I've mentioned lots of them. And yeah, almost every other Gomez game I've been able to shoot really well and get good scores. But yeah, alas, not on this one. So I think this one will probably be the first one out to facilitate something else coming in. And there's some pretty damn good games around at the moment, and some interesting releases to come as well. But who knows? I'm going to get to test Dungeons and Dragons. Maybe this goes and we go with Dungeons and Dragons instead. I mean, it's what's not to like about a big, I was going to say fire-breathing dragon. It breathes balls. Ball-breathing dragon. What's not to like about that? Anyway, before we get into too puerile humour, we'll take that camera off of its perch and let me show you the game in detail. Okay, the first thing I'm going to show you is this absolutely brutal twanger. This is a modification. There you go. That's got the Union flag. Union flag twanger. Very British twang to that. It's got these... Well, they're not fridge magnets, actually. They're stuck on there. You can hopefully see there. I mean, I should have taken them off by now, but I'm not modding this game. And I think I've just played it so much, and I've got so much to do on Jaws. But you see, I've got lots of stuff there to go on, plastics and the T-moulding to go on Jaws. I don't particularly. Maybe I'll give you a little quick sneak peek. There you go. That's all you're getting to see. A cabinet artwork is obviously, on this side, it's just depicting the flyers, the posters from the films. But let's have a little look at the Playfield itself, shall we? So, premium, so it's got the metal apron with the scanner for the Insider Connected. First thing you'll see is the flipper bats have got little covers on them. You'll see there's just so many mods on this particular game. Now, right, first thing you've got to say about this game, and I think it probably gets understated. So the DB5, the Aston Martin DB5 there, this is on all the games. This is on the Pro as well. I think it is a very, very cool mechanism because it's the ejector seat. The ejector seat and the ball pops up out the DB5. That's cool. It really is. That is one of the coolest mechs in recent times. It does not get mentioned enough, in my opinion. The playfield you can see here is there's all your villains, and you can actually see they go up to the ramp here, which says villain modes. That's a cool ramp. It is. The one thing I'd say is they feel good, these ramps, when you hit them. They really do. They've got a nice feel to them. You'll have noticed something already just above there, but I've got to work my way up the playfield systematically. One of these, this is a modification. It's just been stuck on there. I think that's fine, and it's certainly in keeping with the film. No doubt about that at all. And obviously it's very much Sean Connery because he flies. I can't even think what you call those things. Is it a gyrocopter or something like that? I'm not so sure. I'm not sure how well you can see the scuffle with Bond and the diver. Just through the glass there, but just in case you didn't, there's another diver just here. This shot is, this shot's a very Gomez shot. I don't know why it reminds me of the Shire, but it sort of does. I know it's completely different. Maybe it's just over this left-hand side of the play field. I'm obviously talking about Lord of the Rings there. I'm just throwing things off the top of my head here while I'm sort of remembering them. I do want to say this shot, this orbit, which is here, and this orbit that goes all the way around and then goes up to the back and then round, I think is a beautiful shot. It feels very, very satisfying. I think it's an excellent shot. I really do. So what you're going to see now is on... Oh, no, I didn't... Actually, you have to excuse me. I did not mean to do that. I lent on the... You know what I did. So we've got the shuttle from Moonraker here. And we've got the Lotus. They're Roger Moore's. They're Roger Moore's. They're incorrectly modded. I don't want to be that fussy geek, but that's they need to come out, really. They've got no place in this game. This is the... well, there you go. I sometimes have people come and watch these videos who are sort of subscribed to my West Ham channels, my football channels on YouTube. And sometimes they just curiously come and have a watch. They're probably thinking, what the hell's that? We know. We were, in pinball, we were laughing about the Bond dildo a couple of years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. There's a really cool mod for this coming out, by the way. James Bond. Little Sean Connery there in the back. That's a modification. There's another modification here, which is another DB5. I think that's fine. That one's all... I don't know if you can see it. It's all shot up. That wasn't me that did that. That's a little bullet holes in the glass or whatever. This mod's okay. I think this is pretty cool, actually. So it's clearly meant to represent smoke from his jetpack. It's okay. I'm not sure how smoke-like it looks, but I think it's better than... It is better than just the stick or the Bond on a wand. We've got here... I think this is Dr. No. I think this is. But again, we got is that a Lotus Esprit? I think it might be a Lotus Esprit. Now, don't get me wrong. This car is my Bond car, right? From Roger Moore driving that underwater. I'm not sure you drive underwater, but whatever he was doing, sailing underwater, whatever. The car turns into a submarine, basically, right? Cool as hell. Cool as hell. It's just this isn't a Roger Moore game. That's all. So I am being fussy. We got another chopper, and next to the chopper, pushy. Is that? I'm not sure. Or is it Britt Eklund? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I should know, really. As I say, I've not got an encyclopedic knowledge of James Bond. There's the old Stern fan wording again. The anti-video fan. I don't think this is a mod here. Is it? I don't know. I don't think it is. No, I think this comes with it. It's the tank here. I've got to say, I do like the ball locks on the premium. I do like a physical ball lock. This is, so the upper flipper, you can hit the henchman mode from there, which, I don't find that one hard, I can do that. This one here is quite a tight shot. Just go down there, but it's not the shot that is the killer for me. The shot that's the killer for me is this one here. I can't hit it with any regularity. And sometimes I think it jumps over. I don't know if you can see through there. Sometimes it jumps over the switch. But it's hard. I really, really struggle with it. Now, it is actually backhandable, but when I backhand it, it still doesn't register sometimes. So it's a hard shot to hit anyway, and half the time I'm hitting it, the shot's not registering, and it's just enough for... Well, it doesn't put me off, I keep pressing play again, but it's enough to stop me. I'm not blaming that on me not progressing in the game, by the way. I'm still pretty useless at playing the game. I think the other thing I'd probably say about this game is that there are a few of the shots I struggle to hit with both flippers. And I think that's a bit of an issue. I did watch a tutorial with someone who was, I wish I could remember who it is. I might have it wrong, it might be the Pinball Company. His tutorials are really good. They're really quick, and it saves watching a stream, which is quite time consuming. I think I was watching him play it, and I think he was hitting this shot. He was backhanding it with this shot here, and it was going up here and almost bouncing on the underside of there. He was really cool. He was very good at pinball. I was very jealous, actually. Okay, you'll have to excuse the camera angle. I don't think we'll be doing this for long. Insider connected. There we go. As promised. I'll try and give you a slightly, maybe on the second or third ball, I'll try and do a slightly different angle on it. But the glass is off, so as you don't get glare, it's it's noise. The audio experience is worse for you, but visually you should at least be able to see the ball. Okay, here we go. Okay, so that's initiated a henchman mode, Mr. Assaulter. Oh, that's all right, guys. I do actually have shots to take out on the action button. So I'm trying not to just yet. Okay, that's about as well as I do on modes. We get about halfway through. And I tried. That was, it just rattled. I tried to hit that the shot where the Bond girls are. I just can never really hit it cleanly. It rattled, and then I lost the ball. It has quite quickly offered me up an extra ball, Which is all part of the codes, isn't it? To try and get the extra ball. Hit that then. Got the extra ball. So you're going to be you're going to get a little bit more punishment in this. You're going to have to watch me play more than you would have done before. As I say, I've actually got it on all the easiest settings. Give myself another chance, but I still can't break a billion points. So that's a very satisfying shot, that orbit, as I mentioned earlier. Okay, I finally got it in that scoop. You probably can't see from that angle. I was trying to get it in the scoop, which is just under the DB5. That's a shame. You do have to hit these shots very cleanly. And I'm not, as I mentioned, I struggle to style. Yeah. You're singing on the camera. I had to double check it's recording. Okay, so I've still got 2 action buttons left. I've actually got a jetpack multi-bot. To be fair, I wasn't going for that shot. I was going for this shot in here. Done the Playfield multiplier, as I mentioned, no gambling here for me. Get a chance to get one a second ticket. So there's one shot, which is I think you probably see it's on that villain mode's ran. Stupid. That was I shouldn't have let that trickle off the end of that flipper there. That's anyway. There you go. Shoot again. Oh. And it's available. Oh man. Just my aim. My aim is terrible. So, I've now ever completed this henchman mode with these 2 guys.
Mr. Wind, this is Mr. Kid. Oh, I see.
Ball one locked. Oh, I could have done with hitting that to get the skill shot. Oh no, that's just terrible. That's just poor.
Extra ball is lit.
I do believe if I start the next, if I do start the next multiple, then it qualifies me for that sort of 7 mode, whatever it is. Because then you played one. My friend Andy that told me that. Oh man, that's just terrible. I do find this shot here very hard to hit off the right flipper if the ball is moving at any speed at all. And I find that's a bit of an hindrance for me. I think if I could hit that middle shot off both flippers, I'd find this game a bit easier. But it's just hard. I'm only hitting that shot off one flipper generally. I find it hard to hit the Bond girl's shot cleanly, and this shot up here, I barely make at all. There's just a lot of the game is inaccessible for my awful skill set. So I think ideally it wants me to hit a shot off the upper flipper where the Bond girls are. I think if I could hit that shot well to get it up on the upper flipper, it would be okay. Oh God, I actually did it! I actually did it! Wow, I actually did it. There you go. Unbelievable. Right, I don't really want to lock that ball yet, so I want to start another mode, I guess.
Goldfinger.
If I can lock this ball now, I'll get the multi-ball on Goldfinger. And hopefully you can see that there's so many movie clips on here, I'm just not able to do it. So I'm trying to... just not accurate enough. Oh, I've got it then. There you go. Okay. So this is probably no bad thing. I've got Playfield multiplier now. Lucky.
007 scoring.
Okay, that was pretty hectic. That was pretty hectic. Okay. And this is a good score for me. Make no mistake about it. This is about as well as I can play. Whoa! Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame. Yeah, that was a bit of a shame. Now I had 3 shots on and couldn't hit any of them. Okay, power. This is quite cool, this one, because for this mode you sort of save up. That's ticking down. You increase your bonus by hitting these shots, then you've got to get it in under here, which is again a terribly difficult shot for me. I was trying to get it there.
The sweep hand takes the rest of the account. It won't do, of course, but of course.
I really need to go in there by accident. Oh, I got it then. There you go. Oh, come on. I was very hopeful of another accident then. Oh no! I felt I deserved that. I'm gonna take. Hopefully you can still see this. Kick the tripod. Oh, go on. There you go. That'll do. This really is my last sport. No, I've got to shoot again, so I've got an extra one somewhere.
That's a bright red flare and a stress signal. You should put it in.
Oh no! Oh, that's a shame. Right, let me just try and show you from another angle now. So just excuse me if I drop this down. Okay, you won't see the screen anymore, but it's a slightly different view. Now this I find really hard because it's that shot. I've done well to get 2 of them off already. I've got it. Oh, that's great. All saved, got lucky there.
All saved.
See, it didn't register then. Again, that didn't register. So it's quite frustrating because those shots are hard for me, you know. Oh man. And I did. So, you know, I actually hit that shot twice, fluked it once, and lost the ball. So that's yeah, it was quite Yeah, quite a shame actually that that's happened.
Shoot again.
Because you don't, when you know, this is a tough game. What you don't need is to hit shots, and the game doesn't reward you for it. That's pretty poor in my opinion. And one of the reasons that this will probably go, but it's great fun. I mean, I am having fun here. I don't know what happens now. I've actually got all these lit, so I don't really know what that means. What does it mean? So there's no point telling me in the comments I'll never get this far again. Okay, right, what are we going to do? I wonder if it's queued it. Is that what I've got to do? Maybe I shouldn't have hit that.
Your equipment at Q branch.
Typical, isn't it? No. No. Oh, that is annoying. So that, I think that might be my best. Oh, maybe not. I think my mistake was probably getting that henchman mode. Oh, there you go. It should know who I am, shouldn't it?
Enter your initials.
It should know who I am because I'd scanned in. That's weird. Let me try and scan in again. That is odd, isn't it? Should it not know them? So I'm scanned in. No. Very odd. I thought the whole point was it's meant to know who you are. Anyway, there you go. As you can see, I've not had to put my name in too many times. Oh, sorry, I should be showing you this, shouldn't I? Sorry, there you go. In which case, you'd not be looking at the screen. That's a high score, 700 and something. There you go, 789. 789. There you go. And there you have it. James Bond. Not a Bond, James Bond. There it is, James Bond next to Jaws. Two very, very good pinball machines. Yeah, this is really good. This is really, really good. I don't know how long I guess. Yeah, I mean that was like a 20-minute game. Maybe it's not as bad as I said it was.